Welcome back, everyone, to another deep dive. Today, we're wading into, well, let's just say the sometimes murky waters of online shopping. You know those shops, the ones that pop up looking super charming, promising amazing finds?
Yeah, the ones that feel like a hidden gem.
Exactly. But sometimes that gem isn't quite real. Okay, let's unpack this. We're looking at a specific online boutique today called Sarah & Kate Charleston. And our main source is a really insightful YouTube review. It's from Savage Reviews, titled Sarah & Kate Charleston Review, Scam Store or Real Boutique, 2025.
Yeah, and what's fascinating here is just how easy it is to get drawn in by a well-crafted online story. It hits all the right notes: authenticity, quality, a bargain. So our mission today really is to look past that shiny surface. We want to give you some tools, some insights to help you, navigate this stuff more wisely. It's about critical thinking, especially when that buy now button looks so tempting.
Okay, so let's paint the picture Sarah & Kate Charleston presents.
Yeah.
You land on the site, and right away it's billing itself as a charming southern boutique. Very specific vibe.
Right, setting a scene.
Totally. And then there's the origin story. Apparently it was born in 1999 by two best friends chasing a dream. You know, the whole timeless fashion, soft fabrics, heartwarming story thing.
Classic narrative.
And then bam, anniversary discounts up to 80% off. Huge numbers.
Wow, okay.
And you scroll, and almost everything has like 4.8 stars, 5 stars. They boast 150,000 happy customers.
That's a lot of happy customers for a supposedly hidden gem.
Right. And the About Us section just lays it on thick with the emotional storytelling. It feels established, trustworthy.
Yeah.
It's appealing.
It's incredibly effective, no doubt about it. And honestly, it's kind of a masterclass in selling an illusion because that narrative, it's designed to build trust almost instantly. It creates this sense of history where there might be none. And when you combine that story with those like stellar reviews and the massive discounts, it's psychologically powerful.
It pushes the right buttons.
Exactly. It taps into our desire for quality, for a good deal. Who doesn't love a bargain? It makes you feel like you're getting something special, maybe even supporting a small business dream. It can easily trigger that impulse buy.
Yeah, you want to believe it, right? Especially with that 80% off flashing. But, okay, you mentioned the history might not be there. What's the first sign that this heartwarming story might unravel?
Well, this is where it starts to fall apart pretty quickly if you just do a tiny bit of digging. The biggest, most glaring issue, as Savage Reviews points out, is the domain name registration.
Oh.
They claim born in 1999, but a simple check shows the website domain. It only appeared in 2025.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's a direct contradiction.
A huge one. And here's where it gets really interesting.
Go on.
This supposedly established brand from 1999, it has basically zero real social media presence. Nothing verifiable, no actual history you can trace outside their own website's claims.
That just doesn't track for a 25-year-old brand, does it?
Not even close. These aren't small inconsistencies. They're like fundamental red flags in 2025. Your digital footprint, especially domain age, is basic verification. For a heritage brand to have a brand new domain and no social media footprint, it's highly suspicious. It's almost impossible for a real business operating for that long.
Right.
And this is where that critical thinking has to kick in. You need to look for actual proof, beyond their own marketing story.
And it sounds like the problems aren't just with the backstory. What about the site itself, like the practical stuff? Well, the source mentions the refund and return policies. Apparently they read like just boilerplate text.
Generic stuff.
Yeah, generic and basically impossible to enforce because the business itself isn't transparent. And then there's the contact page. It's described as paper thin, meaning just an email address, basically.
Yeah.
No phone number, no physical address you can actually check out. It looks like a contact page, but it's not really functional.
Yeah, that's a classic. The lack of transparency there in policies and contact info, textbook warning signs. These aren't mistakes. They're designed that way. They're set up to make it really hard for customers to follow up if, or rather when, things go wrong.
But to stop people chasing refunds.
Precisely. If we connect this to the bigger picture, legitimate businesses want you to be able to contact them. They have clear policies. They stand by their stuff. This kind of evasiveness is a massive red flag. Always.
Okay. This is already sounding pretty bad, but it gets worse, doesn't it?
Right.
This isn't just one dodgy website operating alone.
No, unfortunately not. And this is where it becomes quite alarming. Savage Reviews mentions that watchdog sites have flagged Sarah and Kate Charleston
Flagged it? How?
as part of a larger network of scam stores.
A network. Wow.
Yeah, it's not just a one-off. They apparently have a whole system.
And what's the system? What do they do?
Well, the pattern is pretty clear. They recycle these fake backstories like the Born in 1999 thing. They steal lifestyle photos, nice pictures from legitimate boutiques to make their site look good.
So the product photos aren't even theirs.
Often not. And then after they've collected a bunch of orders and payments, they just disappear, vanish.
Oh, man. So how does a network like that operate? How do they keep getting away with it?
It's depressingly sophisticated, really. The motivation is purely economic. Think about it. The overhead is incredibly low. They don't actually make anything. They don't hold stock. No real customer service costs.
Right, they just need the website.
Exactly. So there's high potential for quick profit before they get shut down or attract too much attention. Then they just pop up again under a new name.
Yeah.
And because they reuse the fake stories and the stolen images, it makes it harder for us as consumers to spot each individual scam site. They look familiar, plausible. This raises an important question for you listening. How do you protect yourself against something so coordinated and, frankly, sneaky?
It sounds like a minefield. And what about the people who actually ordered? What happens to them? Well, the review mentions the scam reports are piling up. It's pretty grim. Some customers just never receive their items, money gone, nothing arrives.
Yeah.
Others say they do get something, but it's like a cheap knockoff. Looks nothing like the photos they ordered from.
The classic bait and switch.
Yeah. And maybe worst of all, a few people reported receiving empty boxes.
Empty boxes, seriously.
Yeah.
That's just brazen.
It really is. It shows these aren't just, digital glitches. Real people are losing money and getting completely ripped off.
Absolutely. These reports are textbook scam behavior. It's designed purely to burn wallets and run. And think about the impact, not just the lost money, but the frustration, the feeling of being tripped.
Yeah, the betrayal.
Exactly. And those independent reviews on Scam Alert forums, they echo everything. They call the site untrustworthy. They point out all the signs we've talked about, the brand new domain, those unrealistic discounts, the fake trust badges.
Oh, yeah, the little security logos.
Right. Fake ones. And those polished testimonials with stock photo smiles. It's all part of the illusion. They copy the look of a trustworthy site to lull you into a false sense of security. It's clever in a really malicious way.
So the final verdict from Savage Reviews is pretty clear then.
Crystal clear.
They state it bluntly. Sarah and Kate Charleston is selling a fantasy, not fashion.
Ooh.
Yeah. The review says that whole nostalgia-soaked narrative is bait. It's just there to hook you emotionally. The pretty product shots are borrowed, not theirs. The discounts, a classic lure to push impulse buys before you think too hard.
Makes sense. Get the money before the buyer gets wise.
Exactly. The bottom line, according to the review, is there's no substance behind the storefront. Just a digital mirage.
That very convincing mirage, apparently.
So what does this all mean for you listening? I guess it means be careful. If you hand over your credit card here, the only timeless piece you'll own is a lesson in online skepticism. That's a direct quote. And it kind of sums it up.
That's a good line. Painful, but true.
Real boutiques, real businesses, they have real roots. You can verify them. This one, it's just designed to trick people. We really hope unpacking this helps you spot these kinds of things and, protect your money.
Absolutely. And maybe a final thought to take away from this specific case. Apply that skepticism broadly. If an online deal looks too good to be true, pause. Really pause and check.
Do that little bit of digging.
Yes. Maybe think about these 3 deep dive essentials as a quick check. 1. Check the digital roots. Domain age, real social media, history outside their own site.
Got it.
2. Scrutinize the small print, clear policies, real contact info, or is it vague and evasive?
Right.
And 3, challenge the too good to be true factor. Huge discounts plus a sob story plus maybe generic reviews. That's often the bait.
If it feels like a fairy tale.
It probably is. Remember, the real value isn't just the item, it's the trustworthiness of the seller behind it. Look for that transparency and integrity.
That's really solid advice. A great checklist to keep in mind. Well, thank you for joining us on this slightly unsettling but important deep dive. Keep exploring, stay curious, stay skeptical online, and we'll catch you on the next one.